So, what we have here, guys, is a formula, right? Connor, which one's the linear, which one's the quadratic? Which one's the linear, which one's the quadratic?
X squared is the quadratic.
Okay, shh. That's the quadratic, that's the linear. Okay? Now, what you do with the linear, what's step one?
5x.
Get letters on.
Get one of the letters on top.
Minus x.
Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to say let y equal 5 minus x, okay? So, we're going to move the x over to your side and we're going to say let y equal 5 minus x. Okay, that's no problem. Now that you've done that, what's going to happen next is you're going to replace y with 5 minus x. So you're going to get x squared plus 5 minus x to be squared equals 13. Now that you've done that, guys, what we're going to do next is multiply this out. X squared plus, now what's 5 minus x multiplied by 5 minus x? Anybody tell me?
10 minus x squared.
So you multiply them, Mick. But multiply.
Sorry.
25, that's alright. 5 by minus x.
5x.
Minus 5x. X by minus x by 5.
5x.
Minus 5x. And minus x by minus x.
Plus x squared.
Plus x squared. And that's 13. Bring it over.
Yeah.
Now, Mick, you gotta count your x squares. How many x squares do we have?
Dose.
2.
Yeah.
2x squared. How many x's?
Dose.
And turns into minus 5x minus 5x.
Cancel it.
No, they don't cancel because one of them is in plus 5x.
10.
Minus 10x, okay? And then finally 25 minus 13. 25 minus 13, lads? 12. Okay. Now, guys, what we see here, yeah.
I replaced y
With, you replace x with y, 5 minus y.
yeah.
Same thing.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay. Now, what we're going to get here, guys, is we're going to divide by 2, and we'll get x squared minus 5x plus 6. Oh, sorry, we're going to divide by 2. Why am I allowed to divide by 2?
This is equal.
Doesn't equal 0. Now, reference number, Mick.
2 and 3.
6 reference number, and you're right, you break it up into 2 and 3. Now, is 2 plus 3 right, or do I have to do anything with them?
Minus 2 minus 2.
Minus 2 minus 3. And what's our two answers then?
X equals minus 2.
Um,
X equals minus 2.
X equals 3. So guys, when you look at this here, you go back up to your original formula. You then have to do two different values of x. You have to do 5 minus 3, and you also have to do 5 minus 2. And what are your two values of x then? 5 minus 3?
2.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that's y, excuse me.
It's 3.
So y equals 3, so y equals 2, y equals 3. Okay, so that's your first one done. How many people got that one out just out of interest? The very first. Thank you. Okay, guys. So what you're going to do next is we're going to have we're doing 21 now. Okay. Now 21. Any suggestions on how to start it, David?
Bring the 4 over.
Bring the 4 over to your side and the y. Now you bring the 4 and the y over to your side, you're going to get x equals y plus 4.
You always have to get the x on.
No. Now, so if you want to get the y on its own, what I could have done alternatively would be the red plan. Red plan would be the 4 goes and the x goes. Or actually, sorry, not even that.
Oh, okay.
Not even that, sorry, there's an easier way again. Sorry, just give me a second.
I didn't.
Okay. So, what way I might suggest you do is this way. I might suggest that you just bring the y over to your side and you'll get x minus 4 equals y. It's the same thing as y equals x minus 4. Either one of these options into the next phase of the plan is good. Okay? Out of interest, which one's the easier option?
Right.
X is your option because you don't have to square it out. So let me show you. You can do
Is it easier because it's a plus?
And it was a plus at the start, there's another reason why it's easier. Now guys, it's going to be y squared, stays the same, plus 3 multiplied by, now what's x now? X is y plus 4. So it's just y plus 4 here, equals 16. Multiply it out, y squared plus 3y plus 12. Bring the 16 over to your side. And now we're going to get y squared plus 3y minus 4 equals 0. What's the reference number, Mick?
2 and 2.
Minus 4 is the reference number, okay?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. And then 2 numbers don't multiply to give you 4.
4 and 1.
And which one should be plus, which one should be minus?
Plus 4 and minus 1.
Okay, plus 4 minus 1. So it's going to be y plus 4, y minus 1 equals 0. Now your answers. What's your answers here?
X equals 4.
Y plus, you did this last time, y plus 4 equals 0. Bring out the 4.
Y equals 4. Minus 4.
Yeah. Y minus 1
Equals 0.
y equals
Plus 1.
plus 1. Okay, perfect. Now guys, once we have the y values, we now have to find out the x values. We know that y equals minus 4. We know that y equals 1. We also know that x equals y plus 4. Okay? So what do we replace y with? Minus 4. What's minus 4 plus 4? X equals 0. And for the other one, it's replaced y with 1. X equals 1 plus 4. X equals 5. Okay, guys. Okay, lads. Excuse me. So, here we go, guys. Okay. Number 23, okay? So, here's what's going to happen. We have an option, and I might have done this yesterday, I can't remember. You have an option. You can do y equals 1 minus 2x. Now, why is that the better option?
Because you can do Y with a
Y is on its own. If you did the x value, you'd get 1 minus y. Then you'd have to divide by 2, yeah? And what do we not want to avoid? I said this yesterday, we always want to avoid having a fraction. No fractions. Okay? Okay, no fractions, okay? So we're going to avoid doing the fraction. We don't want that fraction there, okay? So we'll just get rid of the fraction part. Okay, so like it never existed, okay? So there it is there, gone. Okay, now that that's done, what we're going to do next is we're going to substitute in, anywhere we see y, we're going to substitute in 1 minus 2x. So we're going to have x squared plus x times 1 minus 2x plus y squared. Now y squared is 1 minus 2x to be squared equals 7. Now guys, the hard part here is most people is, this part here is what will get most people. So we're going to do that in the corner. 1 minus 2x bracket 1 minus 2x. Sorry? Okay guys, now, what are we going to get? 1 times 1? 1. 1 times minus 2x? Minus 2x times 1? And then minus 2x by minus 2x?
Plus 4x squared.
Plus 4x squared, okay? Now that we've broken that down to bite-sized pieces, we're going to have, this part is still, now, some of you guys were sort of adding stuff before you multiplied them. You got to actually multiply out first. Okay? So, bomb that, okay? So what you get? X minus x
2x squared.
and 2x squared. And that's going to be plus, now all of this here, 1, what's minus 2x minus 2x? Just out of interest.
4x.
Minus 4x, and then plus 4x squared. Now, is this 7? What do you do to 7?
Bring it over.
Bring it over. Minus 7 equals 0. Now guys, what we're looking at here is, how many x squareds do we have? 3. And what Mick said was, it's going to be 5x squared minus 2x squared, which is? 3 squared. Do you have a question, Jack?
What is 2 minus 4x squared? Oh, wait,
Sorry?
Sorry, never mind.
Do you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, moving on guys, that's 1x squared. That's 1 minus 2 plus 4. It's basically 1 minus 2 plus 4. You put that in the calculator, you find out it's 3. Okay, 3x squared. Now this is 1x minus 4x, which is
Minus 3.
minus 3x. Then finally 7 minus 7 plus 1.
Minus 6.
Minus 6. Now guys, all these numbers, you could do a long reference number with, or you can, what are they all divisible by?
3.
3. You all divide them by 3. So you have 3 options guys. First one is, you could do the minus b formula. You could do the reference number. You could have the reference number as minus 18 and do it the long way. The shortest way of doing it is realizing that you can divide by 3.
I suggest that way.
And then what we're going to have is this here. And then you're going to factorize that into x minus 2. X plus 1, because the reference number would have been minus 2. Minus 2 breaks up into minus 2 plus 1. Then you're going to have x minus 2 equals 0, x equals 2, x plus 1 equals 0, x equals minus 1. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes?
There's no way up the top where you're like scoped.
The 1 minus 2x then?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that, like, what happened to the XY?
The xy. See, I replaced y with 1 minus 2x.
Yeah.
So then it was x, and see this part here?
Yeah.
That's the y.
Sir?
Because y is 1 minus 2x.
Why is it 2?
What do you mean? Oh, there's 2 y's in it. There's a y here,
Yeah.
and then there's a y squared behind it. So I had to sub it in twice.
Yeah, I got it.
Yes?
Oh, fantastic.
Okay guys, so finally, last thing is y equals 1 minus 2x. I had to find out 2 values for y. Y equals 1 minus 2 times 2, or y equals 1 minus 2 times minus 1.
So y equals 1 minus 2.
1 minus 4, which is minus 3. Okay, next one is 1 plus 2, which is 3. Okay guys, so